Woo! Talk about some beautiful weather. Wow! I love this time of year in spring. Well, hey there folks, it's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike and I do bees. Welcome back to Southeast Louisiana, to my little bee yard. Y'all come on along with me. Let's look at some landing boards, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up, the upcoming winter season, winter beekeeping. What am I going to do with this YouTube channel? What's going to happen? Anyway, let's go take a look at some hives, kind of see what they're doing. Well guys, it's December 1st and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I tell you, look, the temperatures, morning temperatures are ranging from 35 Fahrenheit to 45, and afternoons are anywhere from, I don't know, 60 to 70. You talk about some beautiful weather. Wow. Only bad thing is the grass keeps growing. So I may have to cut grass. No, I don't put, I get my mower gets put away and it doesn't come out till March 1st. I don't care how many leaves I gotta mulch. It's just how I do it. All right, looky here, looky here. Well, I got a feeder off of this the other day. Let me show you that real quick. I'm just gonna take the old feeder off. Oh, sugar. This one really bulked up nice. I was so pleased with this. There's some smoke down in there. These feeders, I've seen queens get up in these before. Pour a lot of smoke to them. Like Dirt Rooster told me one time, he says he does it until their eyes water. His words, not mine. Oh, Randy's a good dude. Oh yeah, we smoke them way down. Let's make sure we don't have a queen in here. I have seen them go up in here. What I'll do, I don't see any beetles, that's good. I don't see a queen. I'll lay this on the front. This was not a super huge colony. Let's lay that right there for now. See where I laid it? I just laid it off in the front. Let those bees come on out of there. It wasn't a super huge colony, and we had slid their nest toward the center. Still empty there, but I see some goldenrod, yellow goldenrod right in here. The bees are populated well now. Well, what much better. So they stop right about here. So this side they're not really populated on too much. So that's about half a frame. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid frames. Like 6 actually. So about 6 frames versus the 4 we had. And good and heavy. Good and heavy. Plenty of stores in there. So good improvement. They bulked up. Let's cover them up. Yeah, they weren't bad at all. Of course, I poured some smoke to them. Probably trying to figure out where they're at still. There we go. And then, if you look, everybody's flying. It's a beautiful day. Everybody's flying. Now, there's some pollen out. Now, this thing bulked up. It bulked up good. Oh, yeah. Wow. Man, they got heavy. They got really heavy. Remember, this colony, before we put that feeder on, was completely all empty comb. And they bulked up between the goldenrod and the 2-to-1. But everybody's flying. I was saying there is some pollen out, and that's off of the camellias that are blooming. Everybody's coming back for the evening. Camellias don't yield nectar. There are some wildflowers in the ditches still that have some nectar, but you know, nothing major. Nothing to sustain like a double deep strong colony, that's for sure. But there's a little bit of nectar out, enough for them to grab some here and there. And when I say a little bit, just patches of small yellow wildflowers. But they are foraging pollen off of the camellias right now. I've got a lot of camellias, and they can get some pollen off of that. I don't know how nutritious camellia pollen is. I'm sure it's nutritious enough, but they get that right now. And I think that's really about it. Wild mustard, you don't see that for a little while, but it's beautiful right now. It's beautiful. Ooh, look at this one. Now this colony here is going to be moved in town We're just waiting on the debris to get finished cleared up so we can get them in there. Gonna set up a new stand. I took some honey out of that for, you remember the nuke over there, the little one in the middle. That was the one we took out of the tree, and I killed probably 20 beetles on the top of this thing. Beetles are still pretty prevalent. I'll be ground drenching over the winter so that come spring, nothing can pupate. But this is a good colony though. It's strong. It had a lot of bees in it and a lot of honey, but it had a lot of beetles. And then there's our little nukes. Don't expect the one in the middle to be flying much. Well, they are. Look at them. So that's the abscond we're nurturing. And they bulked up pretty good with the jar feeders. They took almost a gallon. They have been fed just a frame of honey. And I'm going to look at them maybe this weekend when it warms up. That's a strong colony. It used to be. Should still be. But they're flying. Now, these colonies over on this end of the yard, they don't have... They get in the shade pretty early. So they tend to come back a little earlier. But of course, beetles. Here's our little tree colony. Let's see if we can pop the top without them getting angry. Alright, a couple beetles. Nothing on the top. I saw a beetle or two. Just a little itty bitty cluster. They're eating up that pollen though. So I was listening to somebody talk about, Randy Oliver. He was in American Bee Journal. He said they don't store this type of supplement in the combs. I didn't know that. That's news. I didn't know that. Get on in there so I don't squish you. There you go. So yeah, they're pretty tiny. So I'll go in them in a few days. And when we get another nice day like this, and I have time in the afternoon, I'll look and make sure they're still good to go. And we'll make sure if they're doing good and she's laying eggs, because they'll still lay now, or at least if they're looking normal and they've got any kind of strength to them whatsoever, I'll give them a better frame of honey. But I was in a hurry that day and just wanted to get them something. We got to get them something. And I'll probably feed them. I'll probably switch the lids with the other one and give them a jar of some food. Don't you think? I think so. It's warm enough. Like I said, it's only getting, the lowest we've gotten in the past 2 weeks is maybe 34 degrees Fahrenheit. We haven't froze yet. We're about to. So I gotta get my plants put in. Don't want the plants to freeze. Gotta get them in the greenhouse. So here we are. Everybody's flying. And I was out at the colonies up north. All 10 of those are flying good. I was at the ones in town. They're flying good. So everybody's kicking along. The only real big thing coming up soon, we are going to blast everybody with some OA. The only one that has had any OA is that one we just put in the box out of the tree. But they'll get OA probably another, I don't know, mid-December. So that's 2 weeks away. Yeah, they're flying good. Everybody's doing good. Everybody's out and about. Let's see if we see any pollen coming in off those camellias. Not so far. It's not the time. Little quiet box. I like that thing. It's a pretty neat little design. Scott Hendricks up in Ontario gave me that idea. And you can put your frame in here. Like you want to keep your queen separate or whatever, you can just throw her in there like that. I get more of that vinyl. It's not as fancy as his, but it does the trick. And this was just something, he had tables for his boxes. I just built this as a stand to have, throw a deep on. So I don't have to bend over when I put it on the ground. I stuffed that hole with some broom sage. These colonies aren't active, but they're big colonies. The weakest one is this one right here. It's flying. Looks like the lid's moved on it. I don't want to do it from the front. That should be a good colony. Yeah, everybody's coming back. Look at these guys guarding that entrance. And I did feed this one back here. And it's gone. Yeah, they seem pretty calm. Let's get a plug in there. There we go. I think I got one accidentally. Alright, y'all gonna have to find the front. Y'all gonna have to find the front. Go on. And no sooner than I move this, the bees. Yeah, they drank this thing clean. I fed this just a gallon. It took only about a gallon of feed. And it's... Oh yeah. Goodness gracious. They did good. They bulked up well. I took the bucket off that too that same day I took the other feeder. So, nice walk through the yard. Bees are offline. That's a good sign. You love to see lively bees. You love to see heavy colonies. You have deer coming back through my yard again. I hadn't had deer through here since when I first moved here. A little track right there. It's old. It's right there. Right there. Yeah, a couple there. There. I had one going through my garden at one point. I put a camera out and never did see the deer, and then never saw any more sign of any deer out here, any tracks or anything. We got them that move through here, but it's heavily populated in and around this area, so that was kind of cool to see that the other day. I'm glad they're still moving through here. But anyway, everybody's still flying. That's good. It's good to see bees that are alive. Good to have nice heavy colonies. I'm gonna go to the honey house. I got some candles I need to break out of the molds. But anyway, so what's going on? Well, believe it or not, it's December 1st. In 2.5 months, we'll be working hives. We'll be working bees. I will be shooting 2 months. I'll be 2 months. I'll be actually probably reversing boxes in most cases. It's short here. There's no winter. Now it'll still be cold, and we'll still have very, very cold days. I won't be working them a lot, but in about 2.5 months, I'll be assessing who's getting split, who's strong, who's going to be my queen rearing colony, all that stuff. So it's a never-ending hobby or business, however you're doing it. But I tell you what, I do take the whole month of November off, and that's what I do. I mean, yeah, you saw I had to cut one out, and I did get an abscond, but for the most part, bee work is over for that month. I take a break. December 1st, now I start doing the miscellaneous tasks. I'm going to be cleaning up some, like those boxes on the end. Those are old, that were some of the dead outs that we removed together on video. I'm going to bleach water those, go through my equipment, cull. I'm going to be culling some honey frames and culling boxes and boards that are rotten, be rebuilding. I was talking with Dirt Rooster. He was giving me some pointers on re-waxing in different ways to save some time, so I'm going to try his method. Going to be re-waxing and scraping frames. That's how this channel started, was doing those menial tasks and going, hey, when I see people at the market, they're always asking me, hey, I want to be bees. What do I do to be bees and have honey? And I always wanted to show them when I'm out here working in this heat and it's hot, or in the winter when it's nasty weather and I'm scraping and bloody knuckles from scraping frames and re-waxing and all that stuff. I want to show them that stuff. So I made this video series, this channel, with that. There was no intention of ever trying to make a build a channel, make a YouTube channel. It was to I already had a YouTube channel just for storing videos and sharing with friends. And I said, well, if I throw some videos up there and show people through an entire season everything I do, including the menial tasks that a lot of channels don't show, then I can point people in the right direction and go, here you go. Here's what it takes for the average guy to do bees. And that's how this channel started, just to show people the menial task. It wasn't to build my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel was to share videos with friends and family and go, canoe trips and things like that. So I started it, and because of you all, it took off. It took off crazy. Like I'm on the cusp of 6,000 subscribers. I never would have thought that. I never was aiming, or was it a goal to do that. So last year, I said I'd do a season, and it got toward the end of the season. I said, well, what I'm going to do? Well, I'm having fun doing them. I'm going to keep doing them. But I won't do a video every single time I go in the yard, because believe it or not, you may not believe this, and you guys that make them, it's work. But you guys have been so faithful to watch, and even when I think I'm at the point of, hey, do you guys really want to see this? You guys encourage me and keep me going and tell me to make more. And so I do. And I keep going, and I keep going. And I don't know if you guys know who a fellow named Dan Hurd is, But he says on his videos, ECP, you know who he is. He knows who he is. He's a prospector. But he says, hey, if you have never watched this, I hope to earn your subscription. And that's how I feel. I feel like it's an honor being able to do this for folks out there, and for you guys that take the time to watch them. Take time out of your busy day to watch them. And it never was meant to be this. It never was meant to grow. It wasn't my goal, and it has. And so I kept it going, and that brings me to what am I going to do now? I don't know what I'm going to do now with it. I'm going to probably take a break. You know, I need to take a break. And there's not a lot going on with the bees, but I still want to keep doing the stuff I do. Hey, here's what I do to clean frames. This is me. Clean the frames. Look it. This isn't glorious. This isn't great. This isn't fun. Do I keep doing that? I feel like I'm just showing y'all the same thing over and over. And I don't want to just, be boring. And it's got to be boring to some point, some extent. I don't know. But I don't know. I know I'm going to take a break. So I didn't want to just shut the videos off and not tell you guys that, hey, I'm shutting the videos off. And everybody's wondering, well, I ain't seen a video from Mike in a month and a half, 2 months. Well, that wouldn't be fair to the people that grew this channel the way you guys did. So I figured I'd give you the courtesy of saying, hey, look, I'm probably going to back off for a little bit. Am I quitting? No, I don't think so. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's almost like you guys are out there with me. When I go out in the yard, when I don't bring the camera, it's like, oh, man, they probably want to see this. Oh, so-and-so asked about this, and, so-and-so asked about this. Well, but I do think I'm going to take a break for a little bit. Again, I guess if I'm out here working on some frames and stuff, I can shoot a quick shot, or maybe put a video together 20 minutes long of all the different things I do over the next few weeks, or here and there, or maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'm not saying for sure I'm going to take a solid break, but in my mind, I'm saying I need to take a quick break from this for a little while, maybe a month, just to regroup and maybe do something different. I don't know. Maybe keep doing the same thing, but I feel like I'm boring you guys sometimes. So just like this one, it's just walking around and talking a lot, but I at least want to let you know what's going on. And there's nothing I do. I'm not going to open my colonies. I will open that one nuke, and yeah, I guess I do need to make a video of that because people are asking me for a follow-up. See, there's why I keep making videos. But that's only because I'm nurturing that thing, and since I'm there, I'll probably open the second nuke just to see how they're doing. I got to make sure they have food. I don't normally nurture them, so that means in November I never open colonies after November. I really don't, unless it's a situation like that. There's no reason to, so there's no real videos to make except for all the tedious tasks, and I've done that 2 years running. I guess I'll do it again. I don't know. I'm so confused what I really want to do, because I want to keep it interesting. But I don't open colonies this time of year. There's no reason to. Just like in midsummer, if I've got feed on them, or they've got honey and the honey harvest is over, and I know they're queen right and done, I don't open them. No reason to. Just leave them alone for me. That's my management strategy. I have no reason to open them. You can open them. I can open them at 40 degrees, no problem. I can open them at 50 degrees. Not recommended to just blow all their heat out and bust open their nest and do all that, especially if you take a chance of damaging a queen. You sure don't want that to happen in the middle of the winter time. Goodness knows you're done. But no reason to. They're all queen right going in. Everybody's good to going now. No reason to open them. So I don't open them, so there's not a lot going on. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. So 3 weeks in December, I start piddling with stuff. January, I get after it and get busy, finish up any boxes that need to be made and painted and stuff that I'm going to do for the winter, or at least have them all cut out and ready to assemble. Frames waxed, all that by then, because kind of in January going into February is when I reverse any boxes. I didn't reverse any last year until later because I was trying to slow the bees down. But this year we're going to reverse them, get them robust for March. So that's only 2 months away, guys. 2 months. That's all we get down here. Shoot, think about it in South Florida. It's year round. There's a couple of y'all watching from down there. I couldn't imagine. But I'll figure it out, and I won't leave you hanging, because I feel honored to have you guys along, and you guys have built my channel for me. That wasn't something I was trying to do, but you did it. You did it anyway. I didn't want to do it. I wasn't planning on doing it necessarily. Not like I said I didn't want to. I wasn't planning on it, but you did it to me anyway. I'm making a bunch of candles. But see, here's another thing. My viewers, guy in the UK, hey, use sectioning clips. Great idea. So I've got to melt some more, get some more wax going. How much? Get this piece melted down here. I'll break that in some, break that up and melt it down. That's not, I just did that to get it out of the way, but get these candles trimmed up and ready to make some more. Because Christmas season is upon us, so got to have plenty of candles standing by. Honey's doing pretty good. There's a couple in there, but we're going through it pretty quick. We've gone through about a third of it already, and I gotta at least dump 2 more in here. Yep, definitely 2 more in there. So things are going along just fine, but I think it's gonna be time to just kind of slow up the videos just a little bit, which they're gonna slow up naturally anyway, because I can't just make stuff up. As far as bees, we're pretty much shut down and gonna do a few menial tasks. Well guys, look, I'm gonna go ahead and go on in. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I'm really not doing bees right now. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. May Lord God bless you. We'll see y'all later.